going on. We have event after event after event, and we are waiting on some response. And because of the killing of the two leaders in Tehran, in Iran, the Hamas leader Ismail Haniya was killed when he was visiting Tehran to participate in the ceremony announcement of the new Iranian president. And the same day, that was on Tuesday, today is Friday, the same day, earlier, Hezbollah second man, Fuad al-Shukr, he was killed in his apartment. And many civilians were killed, children and women, like 7. And this was also like a breach, because that area is heavily controlled and watched. They expected something like that. So we have this in Iran also. This supposed to be very, very secure place to so Iran said a missile, and they said like there's a bomb in the apartment, was planted for a long time. So they are telling us that Hamas leader, he is like Sunni Muslim, and the Iran leader is Shia Muslim, and Iran is a Shia Muslim country, and Palestinians are only Sunni Muslim. But Iranian are Shia Muslims, and Lebanon, Hezbollah, they are Shia Muslims, and they have this rivalry between them too, because who want to because when Prophet Muhammad died, he didn't have a son. This is the problem here. And Ali, he was married to his daughter. He was like a relative, because this is like family, like a monarch. But the Sunni, they said, no, we choose one that is most wise of all, and they made election. So Sunni, and this is how I understand it, who to like rule the Muslim nation. So this is the conflict 1,400 years, 1,000. And then they have this one they are waiting. Like Jesus Christ, we are waiting Jesus Christ return. Christians, Jews are waiting on the Moshiach. And the Moshiach is connected to the state of Israel. And the state of Israel connected to the third temple. And of course, we have this, we know that, yeah, it was like a mission by a Jewish priest. He gave this mission to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to build this temple, to find the Mashiach. You cannot build the temple. We need to bring forth the Mashiach. So they are waiting on the Mashiach. But people, they forget often that not only the waiting on the Mashiach, they are waiting on Elijah as well. So we have this one, we have Elijah and Mashiach. They call him Ben David, Yahusha ala Yeshua ben David. And Elijah, the prophet Elijah, when Jesus Christ, he appeared, he was a reincarnation of Elijah. So he fulfilled the prophecy. But the Muslims, they believe in Isa will return together with Almahdi. So we read here from the Jewish, start with the Jewish, the state of Israel was created as a shelter for the Jews that were persecuted under the underworld, the Second World War. We read here, according to the timeline, the order of the Messianic redemption is as follows. First, Mashiach comes and rebuilds the holy temple in Jerusalem. Again, first Mashiach comes and rebuilds. The ingathering of the all exile will then follow the resurrection of the dead will occur 40 years after exile return. So that the Jews, they will start returning to land of Israel when they have rebuilt the temple. So at first they need to rebuild the temple. But before they rebuild the temple, they need to announce the Mashiach. Did they do it? This is the question. If they did do it in public, they have done it. But if they do it in privacy, like nobody knows, they didn't do it. They need to tell the whole world, hello, this is our Mashiach. So when they have him, let's suppose this is a guy we know. We have him, he will go to Jerusalem and he will stand there. This is called abomination of the nation, something abomination. We're going to check it out later. So this is like a blasphemy against God to announce the third temple, because you need to have the Mashiach. So if this guy is a real Mashiach, then yeah, you can announce it. And the third temple, and then the dead will rise and stuff. So this is from the called Mashiach Shabbat Organization, Mashiach 101, the resurrection process. So we have in Revelation, we were talking about the two killed Hamas leader, and before it was a killing in Beirut, Hezbollah second leader. Both were killed on the same day. So for 3.5 days, some from every people, tribe, language, and nation will gaze on their bodies and refuse them burial. We are talking about the two witnesses. So we have Judaism waiting on Mashiach and Elijah. We have Islam waiting on Isa, who is Jesus, and Almahdi, who is Aliyah, because the Jews are waiting on Aliyah and the Muslims are waiting. We have a lot of common stuff between them too. So they are waiting both on Jesus and Elijah, who they call Al-Mahdi. But Christians, we believe that Al-Mahdi has already came as Jesus Christ. So our Al-Mahdi already came. Al-Mahdi is an Arabic word meaning the one who from the verb hada, the one who leads, or the one who shepherd who leads the flock. So the shepherd, yeah. So this is Muhdi, the one who leads the way, so we can go straight to heaven, like something like that. So yeah, so we go back here, we start reading, we're gonna see what will happen in actuality in the Holy Land, where they were killed in this region, and we can explain what happened after, and how can we conduct the end times, and how they have all this one, the Judaism and Islam, they are waiting on the two same prophets with Jesus Christ. But to build a temple and to have them standing in Jerusalem is against the state of Israel. That was supposed to happen when Jesus Christ have returned. So Jesus Christ has not returned. Don't believe them. He has not returned yet. And this is why I'm saying this, because in Revelation 11:15, if anyone, these witnesses are the two olive trees and the two lampstands that stand before the Lord of the earth. If anyone wants to harm them, fire proceeds from their mouths and devours their enemies in the ways. In this way, anyone who wants to harm them must be killed. These witnesses have the power to shut the sky, so no rain will fall during the days of prophecy, and power to turn the waters into blood and strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they wish. So the two witnesses must die. We talked about this one. Or was talking about if Jesus Christ died and was resurrected. Do we have it? Will it happen? Jesus lived and died. Elijah, prophet in the Bible, he lived and he will come back. And just like Jesus Christ, he lived and he will come back. But of course, the Jews, they don't believe in Jesus, but believe in prophet Elijah who will come back. So you believe someone who died will come back. This is the main idea. Islam believes the same because Isa, he lived. They believe in Jesus Christ. They say he was prophet or messenger. And they are hoping he will come back to defeat the Dajjal, the Antichrist. So they want Jesus Christ to return. They cannot. This is the problem. I showed you here. I was reading for you. Islam, they have, this is the problem. You want to liberate Palestine. Okay? You are doing it for God. You are doing it for your nation. You are doing it for your people. You are doing it for yourself. It's like a fight or like a struggle. You have some limits in the religion by itself. This is how it is using you. We talked about this, and we talked about the Blackstone and Cube and all this Saturn and and Yahweh and Yah and La and all this connection. I know this complicated, but it is actually about the stuff that is in common. If you believe in Elijah, you believe in Jesus Christ. If you believe in Moses, you believe in Jesus Christ. Muslims are supposed to believe in Moses. You're supposed to believe in Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ was, here we read that he was crucified between Sodom and Egypt. The two witnesses were killed in that region where Jesus also was killed. So they say both Egypt and Sodom, because Egypt is reflecting like Egypt kingdom and Sodom kingdom. This is like the border there. Sodom, like it's like Gaza. So I think directly, I thought Gaza. They are referring. I'm gonna find it here. So I'm gonna read the whole, and I will connect to what's going on. So, and I will appoint my two witnesses. This is Revelation 11:3, and they will prophesy for 1,260 days, and clothed in sackcloth. They are the two olive trees and the two lampstands, and they stand before the Lord of the earth. Okay. So who is the Lord of the earth? Marduk Ba'al. Instead against him. If anyone tries to harm them, like the ones who kill them, fire comes from their mouths and devours their enemies. This is how anyone like a volcano maybe from their mouth, and it was enemy, like referring to some kind of volcano eruption. This is how anyone who wants to harm them must die. They have power to shut up the heavens so it will not rain. Heat waves, uh, no rain, no food, no drying during this the time they are prophesying, and they have, so like when Jesus Christ was prophesying, it's not supposed to anything happen like earthquake or some like tsunami. It was like a mission. He completed the mission. He lived like 33 years, or like the mission were completed, and he didn't die. Like he went to heaven and he came back before he went really to the Father, because when he met the people and they want to hug him, he said, "I didn't go to my Father yet," and he was like, he didn't have the blood. The blood went to Eve. We talked about this one. That's why we have Jesus' blood. He sacrificed his blood so we can have the procreation ability and stuff. So we became free from the trap we were put in. So yeah, if anyone tries to harm them, the fire comes from their mouth and devours their enemies. This is how anyone want to harm must die. They have power to, so they have power to shut up the heavens so it will not rain during the time they prophesy. They have power to turn the waters into blood and strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. Now, when they have finished their testimony, like you're talking about, keep in mind, you are talking about Jesus Christ, as if he can fit in this verse. We are not talking about Jesus Christ. We're talking about the two witnesses that might be replaced by Jesus Christ to fit in the prophecy. So now when they have finished their testimony, or like when Jesus Christ has finished his testimony, the beast came up from the abyss, attacked him, and overpowered him, and killed him, crucified him. His body will lie in public square for the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where also the Lord was crucified. So now we have this one, I told you, I will read about. Now when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss, it is returned, will attack them and overpower and kill them. Their bodies will lie in public square of a great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where also their Lord, was crucified. So maybe I'm talking about Almahdi, who is, I'm telling you, I believe Almahdi is Elijah, and Elijah is Jesus Christ reincarnated. But the Jews are waiting, and the Muslims are waiting as well. So this is the problem. I'm going to read here this stuff, people. The resurrection process. The Jews. Start with the Jews. The order of Messianic redemption is as follows. First, Mashiach comes and rebuilds the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. The ingathering of all exiles will follow, the resurrection of the dead. So everything starts happening when the Mashiach comes. You cannot have a temple in Jerusalem if Mashiach has not come yet. Have they announced the Mashiach? Maybe, and maybe missed it. So if they have announced the Mashiach, they will